Alright, what's up traders? In today's video, I am going to show you why I think Bitcoin has actually entered a new bull run that will take us to all-time highs. Alright, what's up guys? I'm very glad that you joined me today because today we have some very exciting stuff to talk about. If you're watching this for the first time, I would like to welcome you to my channel. This is where I share the reality of my trading. This is where I share, both my winners and my losers and the psychological aspect of my life as a trader. I'm heavily focused on crypto, and today's video is going to be very heavily focused on Bitcoin, but I also trade the legacy markets and the forex markets. So if you're into that, consider subscribing to my channel, and yeah, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So in today's video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin and why I think Bitcoin has actually entered a new bull run, a new weekly uptrend that's going to take us to all-time highs, right? Very, very exciting stuff. Before we start with the actual Bitcoin analysis, I want to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to PrimeXPT for helping me out and sponsoring me on this channel. So if you guys don't know, PrimeXPT is my main go-to exchange where I trade all my Bitcoin trades, my scalp trades, my long-term trades, and all my legacy and forex market trades. So if you're interested in trying out PrimeXPT, if you're a crypto trader that would like to, try out the legacy markets using your BTC as collateral, definitely check out PrimeXPT by using the link in the description below of this video. And if you use that link, you can also use the bonus code LIBS42bonus, and they will give you a 50% increase on your first deposit. So a very good deal. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin here. It's looking extremely bullish right here. I'm gonna remove a couple of lines here that we don't really need right now. And so this is the clean chart that I'm looking at, and oh man, I mean, seriously, this is looking extremely good, right? You have this trend line being drawn using this high up here to this high at 14K right here. And you will see that if you just extend these lines to the right, you will see that price has perfectly hit the trend line right here, confluent with the upper part of this high time frame resistance area being this red zone right here. And we saw a very powerful pump from Bitcoin today. So what happened right here? Well, we broke above this trend line right here and pumped and took out this whole red box resistance right here. And why is that significant? Well, I'm gonna show you. So like you see here, I've got the short RLC on the short right here by using the high up here to the low down here at around 3.8. So the high at around 14K down to 3.8 using the Fibonacci retracement tool, we get this 618 Fibonacci retracement level, the lower part of the RLC. We get that in perfect confluence with the high time frame resistance area. And if you look at the weekly trend was down. Now, I repeat, the weekly trend was down. With this move right here, the weekly trend is not down anymore. The weekly trend is starting to form an uptrend, right? So we had a strong weekly downtrend right here, and that's why this move right here is so extremely important, right? Because we now have created a higher high on the weekly. Guys, this has not happened in a long time. This resistance area has been in play. We broke below in September 2019. Can you believe this? We're now breaking above the level that we broke down and haven't reclaimed since September 2019. All right. So we have been in a weekly downtrend all the way since we broke, since we got rejected by, with that high at around 14K. We entered the weekly downtrend. What's happening right here? We're now entering a potential weekly uptrend. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know why this area is so extremely important, right? This is the area that once broken to the upside will start a new weekly uptrend, right? And if you look at Bitcoin's price action, right? This is on Bitstamp, so we don't have a lot of price data right here. But if you look at an exchange like Bitstamp, so we're gonna load a new chart right here. All right, so here's a clean chart on USD, BTC USD on Bitstamp. And what I wanted to show you guys here using Bitstamp, because Bitstamp has the most price action, is basically when Bitcoin enters a new weekly trend, what happens? So if you look at this chart, answer this very simple question. What happens when Bitcoin enters a new weekly trend? Well, it's quite simple. It continues to range at trend for quite some time, right? So when Bitcoin enters a weekly trend, it tends to trend for quite some time, a long time, right? So we have this move right here, right? We have this move right here, and we have this move right here, and this is the last weekly downtrend right there. And this move that we are seeing right now is the start of a new potential weekly uptrend, right? And considering how much the last weekly trends have made Bitcoin move, I think it's very, very likely that if this is the start of a new weekly uptrend, we are going to take out all-time highs. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense, because just look at the chart, right? It makes perfect sense that for this to be the new weekly trend, the new weekly uptrend, it makes perfect sense for this to be a, let's see if we get a retrace down to this red box resistance. We'll see it a move up for around 80% move. So 80% move here. What happened back here? What happened back here? Well, from that low to this top, well, a 250% move, right? So I would like to say that it's very, very likely that the new trend, right? The new trend for Bitcoin will be as big as this one. Obviously not 250%, but as big, right? In relationship to past price action. And that would very much likely be the move to all-time highs. It makes perfect sense, right? But it's very important to remember here, guys, that we haven't even closed the daily candle right now, and we are touching the short RLC, the midpoint of the short RLC, the 0.702. By the way, if you would like to learn more about the RLC, why I like to look at RLC, how I trade the RLC, how I find the RLC, check out the video in the playlist called Learn Technical Analysis. I'm probably gonna link it somewhere up here in the corner, so definitely check that one out if you want to learn more about my strategies surrounding the RLC and why I think it's very important to take a look at the RLC, right? So we're right now testing the midpoint of the RLC here. So if you are going to see a reversal, it's most likely going to happen inside the RLC. Now, you have to take into consideration that if you're looking for continuation inside the RLC, it doesn't really make much sense here, because we broke above this very, very strong high time frame resistance area. The next test of this one should act as support, and it's also confluent with the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level of the RLC. So I would like to say that the confluence of the bulls is definitely stronger than the bearish case for the short RLC. But what I can tell you guys, that it's quite likely that we are going to see at least a pullback of this uptrend by touching the midpoint of the RLC. Now, you guys probably asking like, well, if I think that this is the start of a new uptrend, shouldn't I be buying Bitcoin right here? Well, we need to be careful, guys, right? Because the daily candle closes in 5 hours. So we haven't even closed the daily candle. If the daily candle closes below 10K, this could be viewed as a daily fake out, and that's not good, right? We need to be patient here. We need to be patient. Trading is all about waiting for the right opportunities. Trading is all about being patient and waiting for the setups to emerge. Buying right here is FOMOing. You gotta be careful, because if this is the start of a new weekly uptrend, you're gonna have time, right? You have time to be patient, because you're most likely going to get a pullback. You're gonna going to get a retrace. That's always most likely what's going to happen. You get a breakout and you long the retest. You don't, you know, you can obviously long the breakout, but I would not recommend that because it's associated with such high risk, and you really got to know what you're doing. And you have to, even with buying the breakout, you need to have proper risk to reward and a proper invalidation level. I'm not really seeing the risk reward at current prices. I mean, you had a beautiful break and retest of this. I mean, a beautiful break and retest of this trend line. So that's a very good opportunity to go long. You had an opportunity to go long here. And what I'm looking for areas of, you know, areas to buy on a retrace, we can add the fib to this move right here. Let's add some fibs from this low to this high all the way up here. So let's say that this is the high, right? Well, we have some very interesting areas right here. Any of these fibs can definitely act as support, and I would look for a bounce on any of these fibs. But the area I'm most interested in right now is obviously, you guys probably guessed it right, it's the RLC, right? So we use this low again to this high. Well, my computer is lagging a lot, I don't know why, but bear with me here. So the RLC is right here, and the RLC is confluent with the trend line. The RLC is right below this high time frame resistance. So honestly, I would think that a wick down into RLC here would be a beautiful buying opportunity, But obviously, like, honestly, this whole area will probably, you know, act as a very good opportunity to load up some Bitcoin in case this is the start of a new weekly uptrend, right? So where would the weekly uptrend be invalid? Well, if this weekly candle closes below the 618 again, so if this weekly candle closes below 10K, this idea would be invalidated, right? So really, we have 6 days and 6 hours left until the weekly close. A lot of stuff can happen in that, you know, period of time, right? It's crypto. I mean, crypto moves very, very fast, right? So you really got to be mindful and careful of that. But what I would love to see is a rounded retest on the daily of this beautiful area right here, and then a move up out of the short RLC. That's just going to confirm that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bull run that's going to take us to all-time highs, right? So that's my views on Bitcoin right now, guys. If you're interested in knowing the details of my analysis, definitely go to thebirdnest.com and check out the membership channel, the membership package we got there. I share all of my detailed explanation of this in the Bird Nest, in Nest Club, for the Nest Club exclusive members. So definitely check that out if you want that extra, right? And of course, we have all those daily webinars in there where you can ask me questions about anything live, and I will answer them for you. If you have any questions at all about this, leave a comment in the comment section below. And I would like to ask you guys a question here. So do you guys think that this is the start of a new bull run? If you think that this is the start of a new bull run, please let me know in the comments below. If you think that this is just a, you know, fake out, let me know in the comments below. And what's your strategy? Do you want to buy the retrace, or are you buying right now? Or maybe you're buying higher. Like, do you have any strategies for Bitcoin long term or short term? Whatever you have planned, let me know in the comments below, and see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Take care.